Hi, I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Mom, and I am doing a quick preview show before the official show starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Time today. So if you're catching this archive broadcast, hang tight. We will be starting in a few minutes. Thank you. Hi, Emily. I'm ready to go. This is a show teaser for the official Break for Moms full broadcast, which will be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time today, which is in just about 10 minutes. And we have a great show lined up. Emily Tosh from Usborne Books is going to be on the show talking with me about literacy and some great new books that you can pick up for your kids. And you'll have a chance to win a free book. So I hope that you'll stick around so that you can find out how to be a part of this contest. Okay, Emily, go ahead. You can call into the show. I'm turning my music down. I've got my theme music playing here. There we go. Okay. Hi, if you're just tuning into the pre-show, this is The Break for Moms. I'm Nicole, and the official show starts at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, so I'm prepping for the show, and I have a special guest joining me today from Usborne Books. So please stick around. The full broadcast will be starting in about 10 minutes. We're just going to practice and make sure that my expert on literacy is able to call into the show so that she's ready at 1 o'clock when the official show starts. So you can hang out here with me and watch what's going on. And we will start the official show in 10 minutes. So I'm just hanging out online here. The Bidchat website is, oops, I'm losing my computer mouse. The Bidchat website is still fairly new, so we are trying to make sure that all of the glitches are fixed before the show starts in 10 minutes. We don't want to wait until 1 o'clock to start. So anyhow, we're on here a little bit early. So if you're wondering why I'm just kind of playing around with my computer mouse and whatnot, it's because I'm preparing for the 1 o'clock show. So thanks for tuning in. Those of you that are watching, besides my friend Emily, who is our expert for today, you are all ahead of schedule, and that is awesome. The show starts at 1 p.m., so we've got about 8 minutes for the full show to start. In the meantime, hang out, grab a cup of coffee or some tea, finish eating your lunch if you're on Eastern Time like me. I'm from the Metro Detroit area, so I actually skipped my lunch. I'm going to have it after because I had to get ready starting at 12 o'clock my time. So anyhow, get cozy, get comfy. If you've got small kids, you can put them on the couch next to you or your chair or wherever, give them a coloring book. Or if your kids are older and they're at school and you're on the go on your cell phone, whatever the case may be, just relax, take a break from your daily routine. And we've got a great show lined up for you, myself, and my consultant and good friend, Emily Tosh from Usborne Books, is going to be joining us in a few minutes. So thank you. And I'm going to make sure, I'm watching my phone to make sure she can call in successfully. So I'm just going to wait for her to practice calling in, make sure she's all set up so that we can run this awesome giveaway today. If you're watching and you're wondering what I'm talking about, there are actually 3 ways that you can win today at the Break for Moms. The first prize is back here behind me. This is an official show t-shirt. It says The Break for Moms with the number 4 because the title uses the number 4. So make sure when you're checking on social media for the Break for Moms that you use the number 4. So you can win this t-shirt today, and I'll tell you how once we get to 1 o'clock and the full show starts. So that t-shirt's there. You can also win a free book from Usborne Books. If you haven't heard about Usborne Books, I have a consultant joining me on the show very, very soon, and she's going to talk about Usborne Books. So you will get all of the facts that you need to hear about this awesome book company for your children. And they feature books for children of all ages. A lot of homeschool groups use Usborne Books, and teachers outside of the home that work in private or public schools. So it's a great resource for many different people. So if you're joining today and you're not a mom or a caregiver of young children, but you are a teacher or a doctor or any other type of child care provider, then you're going to enjoy the information that I provide on this show as well. So thanks for joining. And we've got about 6 more minutes. So in the meantime, I'm just going to show you a few resources that I'm going to talk about on the show today, since I'm kind of stalling time and waiting for the show to start, here is one of the books that I have from Usborne Books, and I'm going to show it again in a minute when the show starts. But they are so colorful, and many of them have special music features, and they're not annoying like the typical musical playbook. So that's kind of nice. They're very sturdy. And this one's a board book for little ones. They have little finger trails on them for little ones and other little shapes that kids can kind of trace and touch with their hands to teach tactile skills and fine motor skills. So that's a cute example of a book from Usborne Books. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about celebrity and kid news in the media. So I can't wait to talk to you about that. And I'm hoping that some of you will call in and voice your opinions and talk to me about that. And there's one more giveaway while you're watching and wondering what the show is about today. And that giveaway is for anyone that simply clicks the heart to follow the Break for Moms. If you look below this video right now on my profile, where it says Nicole Geberink, somewhere down below, or it might be on your left side, is a heart. And if you click that heart, it will turn red, and I will get a notification that I have a new follower. And I will immediately after the show go through my new followers on my messaging system within Bidchat, and I will send you 100 free Bitcoins. So you can call into my show for free, or you can call into any other show for free, your choice. It's my way of saying thanks for watching the show. Okay, so Emily, I see that you are on watching the show, and this, of course, is just a preview. The show starts officially in 4 minutes, but we want to make sure we're online and ready to go. Emily, go ahead and try calling in now. We want to make sure that Emily, our consultant from Usborne Books, is able to call into the show successfully. And those of you at home can kind of watch and see what it's like to be a caller on a show. So if you are new to Bidchat, welcome. I'm Nicole, the host of the Break for Moms. We're going to start in about 4 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to do a practice call into the show so you can watch and see how that works. You just simply click bid and you'll see a pull down menu with auction prices. And one is 100 Bitcoins. You'll see a gold icon, and that stands for 1 minute. So if you bid 100 Bitcoins for 1 minute, you will call into the show. I will see you, and the rest of the viewers will see you. It's live, so you want to keep that in mind. It's okay if you call in your pajamas. If you're on the West Coast, it's 10 a.m., so it's okay if you want to do that. If you want to get fixed up like I do when I'm live, then that's okay too. So know that you are live when you call into the show. It's a little different than Skype or FaceTime. You have a whole audience that is watching you besides just the broadcaster, myself, for today. So I see Emily is calling into the show, and we're doing a little practice broadcast. Oh, connecting with Emily. So let's see if she pops up. Hi, Emily. I see that you're connecting, so give it a minute. For those of you watching, please be patient. We're just doing a practice phone call before the show starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time. We've got about 2 minutes. Hi, there you are. Yay.
Hey, how are you, Nicole? Oh, okay. Okay, I have 100. Yeah, total. Did you want me to wait and call back? Okay, it's working. Yep. No, it just, well, a little bit at the beginning because I apparently wasn't logged in, but then I logged in and I'm good. So, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. So, so do you need to send me more Bitcoins or will I be good for 130? That's what it says on my little tally on the right-hand side. Okay. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, whenever. I'm here now, so I can call in whenever you're ready for me. All right, everyone. Well, I'm excited to share with you about some of my favorite books today, and I appreciate Nicole having me on. So I'll be sharing 5 books with you, and you're going to have a chance to win one of them. So definitely stay tuned, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, is that better? Okay. I can hear you very well. Sounds good. All right. Bye.
Okay, so if you're watching, that was Emily from Usborne Books. I am going to quickly send her some Bitcoin so she can call in to the show. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, I don't think I can do it while I'm on the show. So let's do that really quickly. Hi, I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms, and I'm so glad that you're here today. It is 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and every week, if you tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, you are going to catch a full 1-hour show with me and some special guests that are going to be joining me as the weeks move on. This is a show for moms and caretakers of children, whether they are young children or older children spanning about 0 to age 18. This show is for you, and I am so excited that you're here. We've got a great lineup today. We are going to talk about literacy, and I have a special guest, Emily Tosh from Usborne Books. She's a consultant for the company. She's going to talk about Usborne Books, and she is actually going to offer up an amazing giveaway. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that contest in a little bit, so you will be able to have a chance to win a free book today. Also, behind me is my show logo, and you will have a chance as well to win a free t-shirt. So that's 2 great contests you can enter to win. And the last one is super, super easy. You don't have to call in or do much of anything. All you have to do is click the heart on the bottom of the show profile, and that will allow you to follow the show officially. I'll get a notification after the show that I have a new follower, and I will automatically send you 100 Bitcoins that you can use to call into my show or any other show on Bidchat. There are so many great shows, and I hope you'll practice calling into one of those shows, whether it be mine or another show. It's my free gift to you just for tuning in today and taking your own precious time to watch the show. So thanks so much for joining. I'm so excited. We have 22 viewers so far and 5 thumbs up, which is awesome. I am going to turn up my volume just a little bit because I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. So excuse me as I adjust my microphone. Give me a thumbs up if you hear me a little bit louder now. I'm hoping that that's better and that there is no interference. I am still new to Bidchat, just like all of you, so this is all kind of a learning experience. Anyhow, so let me tell you a little bit more about what we're going to talk about on the show today. If you're just tuning in, we're going to talk about Usborne Books and literacy. If you don't know what Usborne Books is, I'll tell you about this amazing company very, very soon. We have a consultant from Usborne Books joining us on the show today. She's going to be calling in around 1:30 today, and she's going to talk a little bit more and give you some more details about not only the contest today, but also some of the great books that you can buy from Usborne Books, whether it be for your own child or as a gift. Christmas is going to be around the corner before we know it. Some people, if you're really on the ball, you're probably already doing your Christmas shopping. I know if you shop at the store, there are some stores that are already putting their Christmas decorations up. So we're going to talk about that. We are going to share, well, I'm going to share a tip of the day, and it is from a book by an author named Marie Kondo with a K, K-O-N-D-O. And she wrote an amazing book called The Japanese Art of Decluttering. So we're going to talk about decluttering your life. I know as a mom, I feel like my house is very cluttered. I have little ones, so literally I'm tripping over blocks and things throughout the day, and sometimes I'm just putting pieces of paper and precious items up on shelves so that the kids don't get them, and oftentimes then they don't get put away. So I feel like I need some help. If you feel that way too, whether you have little ones or not, it's easy to accumulate clutter. So I'm going to give you a couple easy tips, not just one, actually a few, on how to declutter your life. And that's going to be really, really interesting, and I think you're going to really want to read this book. It's awesome. Actually, if you don't have time to read, I pulled up the audio. If you have access to a local library, you can actually go on your library's website and see if they have the audio book for download directly to your computer, so you don't even have to leave your house. My library has a system called Hoopla, H-O-O-P-L-A, and that is a really amazing system. You might not have that at your library, but you might have something similar where you can download digital media such as books and videos directly to your phone, mobile device, or your computer. So I do know that Marie Kondo's book, The Japanese Art of Decluttering, is available for audio download. So if you have that service, you can do that, or you could probably find it on iTunes or Google Play. So you can check that out, or of course you can get it at your local library for free, so you don't have to spend a dime. It's an amazing book. It will change the way you look at tidying up. And we're going to cover celebrity, baby, and mom news today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt split, which, I don't know them personally, but I really, really feel for them because I don't know what happened there, but they've got a lot of kids. So, it's going to be messy for their children. Anytime divorce is involved, it's hard on children. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and you'll have a chance to weigh in if you'd like to call into the show and discuss that with me. Of course, I'll occasionally share my own opinions, but I want to hear from you. And this is just kind of a fun break from the daily routine. That's why it's called the Break for Moms, because I feel like moms need a break. They need to be able to socialize with other moms. And this is an amazing outlet on Bidchat to do that and do that live. So if you call into the show, you and I will both be live for our other viewers. And it's fun. If you haven't had a chance to call into a show, I hope that you'll take a chance and do it today. Don't be nervous. I know a lot of people are scared and they want to wait for someone else to do it so they can watch. Don't be scared. Be the first one. Call in. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what you have a chance to win if you call into the show. So I mentioned literacy. I mentioned celebrity and baby and kid news, and also the book by Marie Kondo, The Japanese Art of Decluttering. I'm going to share some funny stories with you today about my own life as a mom. And maybe you can call in and relate with me as well. One is about the tooth fairy visiting your house. And I would love to get your ideas on what you do if you, in fact, have the tooth fairy visit your house. Or maybe if you are a mom of older children, maybe you can kind of be a mentor mom to me and call into the show and tell me some new ideas for the tooth fairy visiting, because I'm running out of ideas. So I would like to have some new ones. My son is only on a second tooth, and I'm starting to feel the pressure to perform because the tooth fairy really, really kind of outdid herself the first time. And now I'm scrambling to come up with something for tonight. My son lost his tooth yesterday. And well, I guess I'll tell you the story now. So my son lost his second tooth right away within a short period of time of the tooth fairy visiting the first time. And the first tooth fairy visit was very, very big and bold. I literally sprinkled glitter all down the hallway and under my son's pillow. And it was a big deal when he woke up in the morning. And I put money under his pillow so that we could get his favorite thing that he saw on TV. It's this flexi track toy with cars, and it's like a track for cars, and it lights up in the dark. And the car has a battery and it's motorized. So if you kind of rev it up, then you let go and it goes around the track, and the tracks bend, so you can prop them with books and make a bendy track so that the car can twist and turn, and it's really fancy. And it's easy to clean up because literally all the track pieces snap on and off together, and when your child's done playing, you can roll up the track in one big ball and shove it back in the box, which is cool. So it's small when you roll it up, which is nice. So it's called Flexi Tracks because it's very, very flexible. You can check that out. It's a toy. It's one of those as seen on TV toys, but I got it at Toys R Us. So anyhow, he got this amazing toy that he wanted. And so now that he has the amazing toy he wanted, I don't know what to do. And of course, I don't want to spend tons and tons of money with the tooth fairy. But anyhow, the funny part about this story is that my son would not go to bed last night because my good friend Kira, who's probably watching now, and I were out in the garage preparing for a mom-to-mom sale that is a part of our Real Moms group that we belong to. If you watched the show last week, you heard about my motivation for starting the show. I belong to this awesome support group for moms. It's kind of like a moms group at a local church, and it's called Real Moms. And one of my dear, dear friends from Real Moms, her name is Kira. She's watching the show right now. Hi, Kira. She came over, bless her heart, last night, and she sat in the garage with me until about 9:30 at night, helping me organize my stuff for this mom sale that is hosted, this kids clothing sale to sell your used items that you want to get rid of at the church where Real Moms is hosted. So the sale proceeds partially benefit this program. Anyhow, so I was scrambling to get all my things together, and of course I have to label everything and pin the tags on each clothing article and shoes and toys and whatnot, mark prices, mark if I want to donate it or not, if it doesn't sell, etc., etc. So I was panicking. She came over to help me, and of course my son knew that we were in the garage, so he didn't want to go to bed. So he did not end up going to bed until past 10 o'clock. So I was scrambling thinking, oh my goodness, okay, I can't get him to go to bed. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy has to visit. I was tired. He had to get up early in the morning for school. lo and behold, I forgot. So he woke up in the morning. I was downstairs scrambling to get ready because I was tired because I was up late the night before. My son comes running downstairs and says, Mom, the tooth fairy, she didn't come. He looks like he's about to start crying. I feel terrible because I made a major mom fail. I completely forgot with everything going on. I was prepping for the show today and, of course, working on the mom-to-mom sale items lying in my garage that needed marked. And I forgot. So quickly, I was trying to think of some type of excuse. So I told him, I said, you know what? The tooth fairy goes to bed by 10 o'clock. So if you do not go to bed by your bedtime, which I try to get him in bed by 9, I said, then the tooth fairy will get tired. She won't have time to go to the store to buy you anything. And she's just going to go to bed. So you didn't go to bed. So the tooth fairy had to go to bed and she didn't come. I'm really, really sorry, but she didn't come. So my son, thank goodness, fell for it hook, line, and sinker. So I'm hoping, because the debate is on tonight, which I want to tell you more about politics and the special broadcasts that are going to be on Bidchat related to the debate going on tonight. Sorry, I don't want to forget. There's so much exciting information to share with you. So anyhow, I'm losing my train of thought. So I told him that the tooth fairy didn't have time to come and she went to bed. So hopefully he goes to bed early tonight because he wants the tooth fairy to come, and she won't come if he doesn't go to bed early. And that means if he goes to bed early, I get to enjoy watching the debate at 9 o'clock Eastern time with my husband. So let's talk about the debate for a second. This is not a politics show. I will not express my opinions in any way, but I am excited to watch the debate because everyone is talking about the fact that it's going to be like the Super Bowl, and there are going to be millions and millions of viewers. So it's going to be pure entertainment at the least. And of course, I like to stay up on what is happening in the news and politics because I want to be educated as a mom. I don't have time to read the newspaper anymore like I used to because let's face it, mornings with little ones. I have 3 if you're just tuning in for the first time today. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and I just don't have time to read the newspaper right now. So anyhow, I do try to catch the news. So what do you want to know about Bidchat and the debate and special broadcast going on this week? Let me tell you what you need to know. Rock the Vote is featured on Bidchat this week, and Vote Latino. So I believe this week that the charity of the week is Vote Latino. Last week was Smile Train. It might still be advertised on Bidchat as Smile Train, but this week, if not this week, next week, the official charity is Vote Latino, and I think Rock the Vote might be a part of that, sponsoring Vote Latino. Anyhow, so I want to let you know that this broadcast is going to help with the charity. 5% of the proceeds of this broadcast today go directly to the charity of the week, which, like I said, I believe is Vote Latino. I'll have to check and see if that's been updated on the Bidchat website. I believe that they update that on Mondays. However, the website is still getting going, and all of this is new to all of us, both broadcasters, viewers, and of course the company Bidchat itself. So hang tight. If for any reason during this broadcast I suddenly go off being live, or it gets timed out, or you suddenly don't see or hear me, just please stay tuned and I will fix whatever glitch is going on my end. If it's a problem on your end, you can always click refresh at the top of your browser, just the little half circle with the arrow, or completely get out of your browser and log back into Bidchat. And also keep in mind that live streaming is very data rich. So you want to use a good, secure, strong browser for live streaming. So the 2 that Bidchat recommends is Google Chrome and Firefox. You can use either of those 2. Do not use Safari. It is not supported at this point, I believe. So anyhow, I'm using Google Chrome right now. You can use Firefox as well. If you're having trouble with one of those, try the other. They are free to download off of the internet, and it is a secure, safe download. I downloaded both so that I had an option in case there's ever an issue with the broadcast. If you want to call into the show, though, it takes one extra step. You need to sign up for an account on Bidchat. So you can do that from the show page, I believe. If not, just close out the show. You can go ahead and quickly sign up for an account. All you have to do is create a username, or I think put in your email and a password. And then go back to my page and click the heart. You can do it during the show right now. That means that you are following the show. The heart will turn red. And I'll get a notification that I have a new follower directly after the show. And I will send you 100 Bitcoins for free to use however you would like. It's my way of saying thanks for watching the show. Okay, so I've answered a little bit for you about signing up for an account, calling into the show, what's going on Bidchat related to the debate this week. So let's get moving. My correspondent, co-broadcaster, and consultant from Usborne Books, Emily Tosh, is joining us today. Hi, Emily. She's not calling in yet, but she's watching, and she's preparing to tell you about an awesome contest that we are running together. And the contest is to win a free book from Usborne Books. Let me tell you about the book that I have, and Emily gave me this book. She is also a good friend of mine. This one is for little ones, but if you have older children, there are many, many books. You can check out Usborne's website. Emily will tell you exactly where to go to surf the web and shop the Usborne Books catalog. But this one is for little ones. It's a board book. It's so cute. Look at the inside. It's got soft textured pieces. It's got little areas where you can kind of put your finger in the holes. Great for fine motor skills. And there are lift the flaps. And there are these adorable little sounds. And let me tell you, normally I do not like books that are sound books with the songs and whatnot because they're really annoying. The sound is not pretty. It's very loud often, and they don't last long. And then you have to try to find one of those little batteries, which are not even safe for kids, that I don't even want to deal with those. So I'm going to go a little bit closer to my microphone because the sound is nice and soothing and peaceful, but I'm afraid my microphone is too far away for you to hear it. So let me see if I can press a couple of these and see if you can hear it. Isn't that so cute? Here's another one. And here's one more. So those are a few cute sounds from this book. It's called Usborne Baby's Very First Musical Playbook. And my friend Emily, who is going to join us in a few minutes, gave this book to me for my third child when I had her, and I just really cherished this book. It's been loved already. It's torn a little bit here, but the binding is completely intact. And let me tell you, my 1-year-old threw this across the room about 3 times, which I'm sorry, Emily. I tried to keep it on the shelf. I didn't want this book to get damaged at all, but the binding is still completely secure. This is just a little superficial tear, again, from a 1-year-old throwing it across the room several times. But it's adorable. She loves it. Whenever I have to go somewhere and I have to keep her quiet, I bring this book. Isn't it pretty? It's so sweet and adorable. Look at this. All these little pieces of the flower open up. It's just so cute. I've never seen a pop-up book quite like this, especially with the finger trails. These are kind of a new trendy thing with kids' pop-up books, these finger trails. I love it. It feels like a little bit of an indentation. So it's almost practice for when kids learn to draw with a pencil and do mazes. So even though I have a 1-year-old, I think you could probably use this for a 2, 3, or even 4-year-old, and they could really just play around with it for fine motor skills. So anyways, I'm not going to tell you any more about Usborne Books because Emily is the expert, not me, and she's going to be joining us very, very soon. I'm going to invite her to call in a few minutes. I see the auction clock running, so I'm wondering if someone is trying to call into the show. If you're having trouble, please try again. And worst case scenario, quit up. Sorry. Oh my goodness, tongue twister today. Click on the refresh button at the top of your browser, the little half circle with the arrow. Okay, so while we're waiting to get started with Usborne Books, let me tell you about the other contests. This t-shirt is hanging here, and it's one of a set of about 10 that I have in my house, and I want to give one away for free today as a way of saying thank you. But there's one thing that you need to do. You need to first make sure you have an account on Bidchat set up. And then you need to call into the show today. I started the contest last week, and I only had 2 people, actually 3. 3 call into the show. So I was very, very sad and trying to figure out why no one is calling into the show. I think it's because people are nervous, or maybe they don't have an account signed up yet, or maybe they do, but they're not sure how to bid. So let me tell you really quickly how to bid to call into the show. You will see at the top of the screen the word bid. It's like an auction. Think bid, B-I-D, like any other auction where you would bid money. However, on Bidchat, you have the option of actual money or the Bidchat currency. So for today, I'm going to tell you use 100 Bitcoins. That's the minimum that you can bid to call into the show for 1 minute. You'll see a gold icon when you hit bid and you'll see the pull down menu. There's all these prices. Don't worry about all those prices. Just scroll down until you see 100 Bitcoins for 1 minute. Just click on the 1 minute and I can extend your call 1 minute. You don't have to do 2 or 3 minutes. Just do the 1 minute. That's the minimum. And when you call into the show, you will automatically be entered to win this t-shirt. Right now, there are only 3 people in the drawing. So that means you have a very good chance to win. So please, please, please call in. I'm going to invite you to call in right now or at any point during the show. The only time that you won't be able to call in is during the 4 minutes that Emily is going to be talking about Usborne books. Because once I have one caller, you have to wait to call in. But that doesn't mean you can't call in. It just means you need to wait, or you would have to outbid Emily, which we don't want you to do because she's the expert calling in today. So call in, click 100 Bitcoins for 1 minute. I will reimburse you those Bitcoins, okay? Even if I already sent you 100 Bitcoins, I will reimburse you. I have just under 3,000 Bitcoins to pass out, and I have those for you as a way of saying thank you for watching the show. So if you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Nicole, the host of The Break from Moms. I see I have 50 viewers, which is awesome. That really, really just touches my heart because if you were watching my show last week, I told you I have 3 little ones, but this show is kind of like my 4th baby. I have been working so hard to prepare this show with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and tender loving care. So the fact that I am live and I have 52 viewers now is awesome. It just really makes me happy because it's been a lot of work getting going, and I still have a lot to learn. The website is still experiencing some glitches, so hang tight. If there's an issue on your end or my end and you can't hear or see me for a minute, just stay with the show. We will be live until 2 p.m. today Eastern time. So thank you for taking a break from your daily mom routine to watch me. If you're a caregiver of young children, but you're not a mom, that's okay. I'm glad you're joining me. If you know any dads or males that are caregivers that want to get some information and share resources and call into the show and talk about parenting, feel free to invite them as well. That's for them. I'm a mom, so the show is called The Break for Moms, but that doesn't mean that you as caregivers can't call in or watch the show as well. And I want to point out before I forget that all of the broadcasts are archived on Bidchat as well as on YouTube, and I'm working on getting all of the shows, the archived shows, onto Vimeo as well. So don't panic if you didn't catch the show from the beginning. You can catch it after the show on the archived area in either Bidchat, YouTube, or Vimeo. If you go to YouTube or Vimeo, you want to search for The Break for Moms with the number 4. And it's on my shirt as well, the number 4. And I'm waiting for a caller to call in because you will have a chance to enter to win one of these t-shirts. I was planning on drawing at the end of the show today, so you got to hurry and call in before 2 o'clock. I have 3 people entered into the contest. However, if no one else calls in, I want to just say to those 3 people, Heather and Kira and Deanna, and of course, Emily. Emily already got a t-shirt from me. But all of my callers that did call into the show over the last week, I want to say that if no one else calls into the show, you are all automatically going to get a t-shirt. I'm not going to draw out of 3 or 4 names. I'm just going to send you all a t-shirt because you were the brave ones that called in successfully. So keep that in mind if you're watching. Those of you that called in last week, you could be winning a t-shirt very, very soon by the end of the broadcast. Okay. So, Emily, it is 1:23. I'm going to invite you to call in right now and talk about Usborne books. And I'm going to hold up my book again for people that are waiting. So this is a book from Usborne Books, and I would like to tell you a little bit more about the company. But my good friend and consultant from Usborne Books is the expert. So she's going to call into the show now and tell you about Usborne Books and tell you how you can win a book. She has 3 or 4 books that she's going to feature today on the show, and they range in age groups. So if you've got a younger child, there will be at least one book that appeals to you. If you have an older child, then there should be one book that appeals to you as well. If you have multiple children, then hopefully you'll have a chance to win one book that appeals to at least one of your children. So it's really exciting. These are great books. They are not cheap books. They are good quality books. Many of them have high quality sound with them as well. There are a lot of nonfiction books, which is another reason why I really love Usborne Books, because they emphasize nonfiction for little ones. You have to start early to get kids interested in reading and interested in reading nonfiction, because at school they do a lot of nonfiction reading, whether it be textbooks or magazines, such as many teachers subscribe to Scholastic magazine or other magazines where kids read nonfiction works, science. Okay, my friend Emily is saying she has insufficient Bitcoins. So if you pardon me for a second, I am going to send her Bitcoins to call into the show while, oh, actually, you know what? I don't think I can do it now. Let's see if it will let me do it. I don't know if it will let me do it. I'm so sorry, folks. I don't know if it's going to let me log in because I'm already logged in on my computer. So I may have to log out and log back in, but I'm hoping I don't have to do that. Let's see if it will work.